Congratulations.
Thank you. Just want me to let it rip? Got a lot.
Right, just a second to come back. Slightly change the schedule up. Ira Thor, on behalf of the NCAA, we are joined by Penn State head coach Cael Sanderson. The wrestling legend has guided the Nittany Lions to their 4th straight Division I national championship and their 12th in the last 14 years, the 13th overall title in school history. Coach Sanderson, congratulations. Could you open us up with an opening statement on the championship and your thoughts on this overall run?
Sure. Just really happy for our team. Proud of them. They, went out here and really competed hard this weekend against obviously great competition. All 10 guys gave a great effort, and super proud of them. Happy for them.
All right, we will open up to questions. Please state your name and the outlet you represent. Please raise your hand. A microphone will come to you.
Cael, Nate Cobbler with the Center Daily Times. Can you just maybe put into words what this season has been like for you guys? Now finish it off with another scoring record, 10 All-Americans, only second time in NCAA history.
It's been a great year. It's just a lot of fun people to work with. Obviously the team, our staff, just from top to bottom. I mean, it's just we're just constantly kind of thinking ahead, and just everything's preparation for the next thing. So we don't really kind of stop and reflect a whole lot. Obviously we're learning as we go, and we'll continue to do that. That's the name of the game. But yeah, this was a really fun year, with some new faces like a Luke Lodahl, right, and a freshman bar, and then you got a guy like Carter who just wins a 5th national title, all the way up and down the lineup. Everyone gave a great effort, and it was a lot of fun. I mean, obviously our coaching staff, Coach Cody and Coach Casey, and Nick Lee was a great addition this year. With Cody and Casey, I really just try to stay out of their way and let them do their thing. And I mean, they're the best coaches in the world, and so it's been a lot of fun to work with them.
Next question.
And Jim Carlson, Harrisburg. Cael, did you see that takedown coming with Carter? I mean, sort of, do you know it was going to happen at some point?
Well, yeah, it's just kind of what he does. He's such a competitor. And, I think, you think, hey, he's won 4, he's going to automatically win 5. But I don't think as soon as they knew, there was that COVID year, he probably, heard about that every day, where someone's like, hey, you can be the first 5-time NCAA champion. He's like, well, let me win my 2nd first, and then maybe my 3rd, or whatever, wherever that came along. So that was a heck of a feat. I mean, that's really, really special, and it just takes a lot of mental toughness and focus, and super happy with him. But yeah, the shots. I mean, you got 2 of the best wrestlers in the country, first match up, which is kind of weird, but that was a great match. I mean, and that reshot Carter hit was as good as it gets.
Question in the second row for Coach Sanderson.
Congratulations, Cael. Joe Smeltzer, Nittany Sports Now. You just alluded to it. A lot of people would have expected Carter's match to be last instead of first. Do you feel that that's a sign that wrestling isn't being marketed the way it should be? Because a lot of people have expressed that they feel that way.
Yeah, it's not a big deal. I mean, it's when we told Carter, he was like, "Oh, really? Yeah, it's not a big deal. Whatever it is, it is." Usually, events build up to the big match, but it doesn't matter. We're just whatever. We just show up, and that's Carter shows up every day. That's why he, and you see him compete all year long for 5 years. He competes every match, and whenever, wherever. So it's pretty special, and that's how you do what he just did. But we're not worried about those kinds of things. Really, it's not a big deal.
Coach, our next question's from the left side of the room.
Hi, Coach. Josh Moyer, Center Daily Times. How much of yourself do you see in Carter?
Well, he's a competitor, and I mean, there's just certain things where you hate to lose so much that you will do whatever it takes. I mean, diet, training, anything, within the rules, of course. And most people don't have that, I mean, and he does. He's just he's a competitor. I mean, he puts the time in and he does what he thinks he needs to do to be ready mentally and physically, and then he goes out there and he competes hard every time. I mean, every time he competes, he's given a great effort.
And if I could follow up, when did you realize you had that in Carter? Was that right after the bat, right out of the bat? Was that after his first season?
I think he just continued to get better, right? And he's very coachable. His technique improved over time, which you don't see that a lot. Obviously, if you follow wrestling, I mean, and everything kind of cycles and goes in peaks and valleys and waves, and just he was consistently working to get better all the time, which is obviously what it takes.
Question from the third row.
Cael, again, as any tournament here, you had a lot of highs. There's also a few lows, a few unexpected losses, things like that. How difficult is it to keep it sort of even keeled when those kind of things happen?
Oh, it's tough. I mean, your heart's with each individual. I mean, you look at them. We spend so much time with these guys. I mean, you want to see them happy and reaching their goals. And in a sport like this, any sport, you're talking 1 second here, 1 second there was the difference. So yeah, some tough losses, but everybody kind of rebounded well. And even coming into the tournament, I mean, Greg hurt his knee last week in practice, and we weren't even sure if he was going to be able to wrestle. First match, we weren't sure if he was what, and he, just got tough for the team. Went out there and made the semifinals. Josh Barr, same thing. Like we didn't know how he was going to wrestle first match. We were hoping he could compete, and then he makes it to the finals as a freshman with a gutsy performance. Obviously, really impressive there, and just up and down the lineup. I mean, Luke Lillidahl just getting better every match. I mean, he's such a pleasure to have on the team. Davis had a great tournament. Bo Bartlett wrestled great. Again, a couple seconds away from being in the finals. That's life. That's sports. Ben Ness wrestled great. Kazak again. Just a scramble here, or a couple seconds away from moving on, and that's just kind of how it goes. And Mitchell win the nationals. Obviously, Levi Haynes was a takedown away from getting in there, and finishing third. I mean, guys finishing third is there's a lot of honor in that. I mean, that's a really big deal. Something that obviously we really value, them kind of battling back as a team. And then you saw Carter and Barr and Greg I already talked about. So yeah, great team effort. And just super proud of them and happy for them, and we're excited to get back to work. I mean, it's all a process. We just keep getting better as coaches. We got to take our own medicine and figure out how we can do things better.
Yeah, hi, Cael. Frank Badani, New York Daily Record. With all the success you've had, this team in particular, is there a few of the things that maybe stand out? What makes this special, this version? Is it, the 10 All-Americans? Is it Carter? Is it the points record? Is there something that maybe makes it special, or maybe you're most proud of, or that was maybe the hardest?
I'll have to reflect on that. I mean, it was just a lot of fun. It was a great team. Just 10 quality, tough, 10 All-Americans. Obviously, it's super hard to do. I mean, you have two guys coming in here with injuries, and then obviously, if everybody's talking about the expectations and this is the point record or whatever it is, we don't talk about that stuff, but kids live on their phone, so they're seeing it and hearing it all the time, and it's hard. I mean, being expected to do something and do it is probably the toughest thing in sports, right? And so but that also makes it a fun challenge. But yeah, just a great team. I mean, all of our teams, we feel like they're special, and we're excited for next year too. We just keep getting better.
We have time for two final questions. First one on the left side of the room.
Coach Greg
Yep.
Pickle from Blue White Illustrated, congratulations.
Thank you.
When you won a title here the last time, the college athletics world was different. There was no transfer portal, NIL, all that stuff. So as you talk about the process, getting back to work, things like that, what does the next days, weeks, months look like for you now compared to maybe what it would have back then?
It really doesn't change for us. I mean, our coaching staff will be in the room on Monday, and we're working, right? I mean, the way everything's set up, we love it. I mean, we just love what we do, and we love the sport. And yeah, everything's changed a lot, but our values haven't changed. What we focus on as coaches and what we offer and bring to the table, that's not going to change. As everything else changes, and maybe it's hard. But it's not hard for us because we know what's most important to us, and what is the most important thing at the end of the day for us. that's just take care of our guys and help them be happy and reach their goals.
And our final question in the second row.
Cael, there's been a lot of dynasties, not just in wrestling, but throughout sports and wrestling specifically. Obviously, Iowa, Oklahoma State have had runs. You're on a run now. What's your feeling just on dynasties in general? Do you feel it's good, bad, neutral for the sport when one team is just, so dominant for so many years?
I just know, what my job is. My job's to put together the best staff we can at Penn State and recruit the student athletes that fit the character and the focus and the mold that we're looking for, and just be the absolute best we can be. And if we do that, we're going to continue to be successful. But that's what I'm focused on. Anything else is it's just not something we think about.
That's Coach Cael Sanderson of your 4-time and now 12 and 14 years national champion Penn State Nittany Lions. Congratulations.
Thank you.